Okay, I look heinous because it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, but I picked this up tonight and I want to talk about it before I leave for a trip, which is why I'm up late. Kind of stressing, packing a little to go to Canada. Anyway, yeah, I picked up this Elizabeth Taylor Passion for Women, and I had just recently picked up, I ended a little short, I didn't do a full review of the diamonds and rubies, which I actually like, surprisingly, because I do not like white diamonds. I do, however, love her gardenia one. So when I went in the store tonight, I was on the hunt for the diamonds and emeralds because I saw somebody wrote that they felt like the diamonds and emeralds was what they wanted the gardenia to be, which I love the gardenia one, but it doesn't last. But I love it. I love gardenia in general. But anyway, so they didn't have diamonds and emeralds, so I've been eyeballing this for a while, but I've read such crazy reviews. Let me first say, maybe the reviews are crazy because it's been reformulated and it's gentler now. Because when I sprayed it, I was like super pleasantly surprised. I was thinking, y'all are tripping talking about how harsh this is because it isn't. I was expecting, first, let me say though, too, I have a review, I don't know, from like a summer ago or I don't know, a year or two, I can't remember, but I was at the beach and reviewed my guy friend and his female friend visited me at the beach and he had two fragrances. I like the other one, but he had the Passions for Men, and I didn't particularly care for that. I did like the other fragrance he had, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, so considering that, and considering how like this has a lot of good reviews too, like it's got a lot of fans, but it also has people who go on and on about how it's so like harsh and grandmotherly and like overbearing. Not at all. I was expecting something super animalic because it has a civet note, and I don't like the civet note. I don't like overly animalic things. There are some things I can tolerate it in. Like, for example, I like the Giorgio. I think that smells great in the summer evenings if you're prepared for it. In the right mood in the summer evening. Not Giorgio Red. I cannot stand Giorgio Red. No offense to those who like it, but my daughter and I can't stand that. That's overpowering. Okay, so I was expecting something like Giorgio Red or just something with a much stronger animalic note. Like, for example, I like Sierra when I'm in the mood for it. That is stronger to me. That is more stout than this. Now, there's different versions of Sierra. By the way, the one that I have or had, I've sent it over to another house, is the one that's more incensey, and I like it. And to me, that is very unisex. But I recently smelled a Sierra in a little store around here that must have been a different, because it comes in like, I think, three different variations. But I'm getting sidetracked. Anyhow, the other one I recently smelled was the one with the more of the raspberry. At any rate, I was expecting this Elizabeth Taylor Passion to be like super stout and like extremely animalic, and it's just not true. So yeah, here's the box, and I'm sure you could, even though I got this at Burlington, I think you could get better deals on it. This was $14.99 for the 2.5 fluid ounces. Of course, I love the color purple. Um, the cap is, people are like, oh, it's a great bottle except for the cap. Well, people either love or don't love the bottle. It's the Art Deco style. I think it's pretty cool. It's a great purple color, which it's not really here from my perspective. When you kind of there you go, see the purple with the light. The cap doesn't bother me at all. I think it's a pretty bottle. I think it's cool. And like I said, I love the color or the colors. I like the silver with the purple. So when I sprayed this, I was immediately pleasantly surprised. Again, maybe it's because it's not as strong as it used to be. This came out in 1988. I think it's considered an Oriental Floral. And I heard some people say that even a lot of the people who like it think that the opening is a little bit harsh and possibly even masculine. I do think that guys can get away with wearing this. Well, you could wear whatever you want anyway, but you know what I mean. However, I find the dry down to this extremely feminine. That's just my opinion. I love the whole thing. So I actually love the opening. I absolutely love it. It's green and spicy to me. It's I love that smell. Now, first, let me also add. I guess it's not first, but let me also add. When people say it's not for everyone, if you don't like powders, if you don't like musk, and usually I don't like musk, but this is just blended beautifully. I really think this is masterfully blended. Um, this is powdery and musky. It dries down to like a clean, but not soapy, but like a beautiful, clean, sweet, floral, powdery fragrance. That's just very pretty and very feminine. The dry down, you know how some powdery fragrances people say smells like baby dolls? This would be like the elegant, glamorous, grown up baby doll. And with the green notes in the beginning, I just picture like the stems of the flowers. And I could tell you, growing up, my grandmother was a florist, and then my grandfather had a nursery as in plants, and then excuse me, outside of like summer seasons, when winter would roll around, he would sell Christmas trees and wreaths and all that too at his nursery. So I love the green smells. I love the florals, the green leafy smells. To me, that's the kind of smell I get in the beginning, like green spicy. I love it. I don't find that harsh at all, not in today's formulation anyway. And then it's floral, but I'll go over the notes in a minute, but it they're all just so beautifully blended and it just goes into this. It's like you could get out of the shower, and I also don't find it overpowering at all. Again, maybe it used to be, but I think 1988. I remember 1988. I'm 47. I'll be 48 in October. So in 1988, I was finishing up my sixth grade year, and I went to my aunt's graduation. She was graduating high school, so and I remember the fragrances she had too. She had Fendi by Fendi, which I wish I could get my hands on now. She had Poison, the original Poison, which some people compare this to, and I could tell you I remember that original vividly, and I would not at all compare the two. Um, Not to me anyway. And on the softer side, or totally different type of fragrance, she also had New West by Aramis, and oh my goodness, I wish they still made that. That has got to be one of my all-time favorites. Anyway, I'm just reminiscing. So I forgot where I was at. So you could get out of the shower and like, by the way, this is a nice atomizer, like mist this into the air, like maybe like twice, maybe three times, and just kind of walk through it. And I just picture it like if it were evening, if you were having a romantic evening, this is by Elizabeth Taylor, so I just picture like the most beautiful, like silky something you'd be putting on. It doesn't have to be a boudoir scene, but I could picture this for that. But I could also picture this, and people say they love this in the winter. It's still summer now, and I think this is nice in summer evenings too. Um, it's just very feminine, very elegant, but very glamorous, but very clean and very pretty, extremely feminine in the dry down. So, like I said, it's like dries down to a clean, sweet, powdery with hints of floral. It's really nice. And musk, I'm sorry. So, like a clean, sweet, powdery floral musk. And if you like powdery musk with some sweetness and a bit of floral, then I believe you'll like this. Now, when people say it wouldn't appeal to anyone, I love sweets, and I know that gourmand is very popular, especially with young people. Now, listen, I love my pecan waffles from Bath and Body when I'm in the mood. Sometimes I spray that at night. It's very comforting to me. You know, I have lots of sweet gourmands, but and I continue to love them. One of my favorite Bath and Body is raspberry jam donut, and that one is harder to find. I have strawberry pound cake, but my favorite one in that line is raspberry jam donut, which I think they consider a summer fragrance, and they consider strawberry pound cake more wintry, I think is what one of the salespeople told me. Anyhow, so a lot of you young people, if you're viewing, and I'm just going to use, not that young people only wear Bath and Body, you know, but just for example, when it comes to sweets and the youthful people, when it comes to Bath and Body, if you're a younger person, again, I'm using Bath and Body just as, an example that I feel like everybody can understand the fragrances there. If you're one of the young people that can wear the type of Bath and Body such as Dark Kiss or Into the Night, this does not smell like either one of those, but that type of maturity in Bath and Body, if you're a young person who can appreciate those, you could probably appreciate this. And I can tell you, I have Dark Kiss and Into the Night, but I don't wear either one of those. Dark Kiss just doesn't sit on my skin right, and Into the Night, I like the opening, but Into the Night, it becomes too animalic on me. This does not become animalic like that. This does not have that. Um, this just does not come off as animalic on me. Maybe I have the kind of chemistry. I did see some people say it either matches your chemistry or not. This is great on my chemistry. From the green opening, beautifully blended florals with the green opening, not overpowering florals, not overpowering sweetness, all the way down to the clean, sweet, powdery musk, which I usually don't do musk. Not, I'm not a big fan of musk, but this is lovely. I really enjoy it. So if you're a young person who's a bit more daring, you branch out a little bit outside of things, um, like outside of Baccarat, outside of Cloud, outside of the gourmands. I'm just throwing some youthful things out there, or some everybody things, but I think you all know what I mean. I love all the things I mentioned, but if you venture outside of that into things that are more earthy, more herbally, more woody, this has got patchouli. If you like patchouli and incense, the incense is not overwhelming. This also has leather, but it doesn't come off as leathery. Um, Not in today's formulation, anyway. I cannot speak for the original. Um, but yeah, if you like nice patchouli smell, you get the patchouli in this. I Some people complain. People that used to like the original formulation say that they don't get the incense, I guess, like they used to. I get incense in this and patchouli. I really enjoy it. I'm really surprised with how much I like this. I would like to at some point. I always have so much to do and I have a huge to-do list like we all do. But at some point I would like to get my hands on an old formulation of it just to compare. But yeah, I I'm really enjoying this. I've sprayed my pillow. Now, when I spray the fabric, um, I get even more of the green. Now, I saw one girl who wrote that she was a fan of this. She said to her this was holiday like, so the greenness to her reminded her of Christmas time, and then it went into the clean, beautiful, feminine, sweet, powdery musk. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this, but specifically, I'm very curious for anybody who's more youthful. If you have tried this, or if you're willing to go spend, what was I say, $15. You know, I like the bottle. I really do. I mean, it's pretty. I think it matches Elizabeth Taylor, of course. I think this is glamorous and feminine, but yet it has depth and character. Again, I love the green in the beginning. That could even last longer throughout it, and I would really appreciate that. But a younger person, I would love to know your thoughts. And when I say younger, I'm not trying to pinpoint people's ages, but like even teenagers. There are some teenagers who wear these deeper fragrances. And also, I hear people talk about how this is so dark and bewitching. There'd be nothing wrong with that if it was, but I don't find this particularly dark or bewitching. Maybe bewitching in it has, depth, and it does have the patchouli. It has a bit of the incense, not overwhelming incense, just a bit of the incense, if you want to call that bewitching. But I don't find this to be dark. I find this, it actually, as it dries down, becomes very much just beautiful on the skin. It just, at least on mine, and it's actually rather soft in the dry down, but present. So, um, this seems to be lasting, certainly as usual on fabric, but I don't find it to be the beast that I was expecting. I was like, oh gosh, when I opened it up immediately, as I've said in my other videos, I go to Planet Fitness all the time, and Burlington is right next door. So sometimes I go after, but if I go before, I will get my stuff from Burlington and go, if I have a fragrance, which I often do, I'll go right to the car to open it up. And I was like, oh my gosh, please let this surprise me. And I can't wait to see, like, if it's beast mode or if it's super harsh, like people are saying, but like, please let me be pleasantly surprised. And I was just like, wow, I'm really pleasantly surprised with this. This is a beautiful fragrance. And if you just want something to switch up from your normal routine that has just some elegance and some character to it for evening wear in particular, and you do like musk and you like a little bit of the sweet, clean, powdery musk with some hints of floral and, of course, all the other notes, then I think you should give this a try. Let me pull up I already have them pulled up, but I look so heinous, y'all can tell. Obviously, I'm not a vain person coming on here like this. So, well, I guess we could all be vain at times, but you see the accords. And then, now this does have a lot of fans, y'all. This has a lot of fans. And of course, it has a lot of notes, being an Elizabeth Taylor fragrance. Sorry, I love the coriander. I love the greenness in the beginning. The aldehydes are not overwhelming. I love the spiciness. Yeah, I love all of this. This is just really, in my opinion, just masterfully all blended. So y'all could pause and look at all those notes. But if you look at the Fragrantica reviews, it's mixed. Some people, of course, it's half and half. But if you look on sites where people have usually specifically ordered this, or they ordered it as a blind buy, like on Fragrance Net, for example, you'll see how people just go on and on about how it's such a complimented fragrance. People of various ages. Now, there are still some on whatever sites that are just like, that's a matronly fragrance. It I'm usually not big on super. I don't like hard powders, and this is not like a hard powder. It's not even like a hard makeup powder. It's not that. It's a clean, soft, feminine, very pretty, um, very pretty powder, very feminine. So yeah, I find this. I think that there's a touch of like glamour in a depth and feminine kind of way. Like I said, if it were like baby powdery baby doll, this would be like the grown up ultra feminine doll instead of baby doll. Um, yeah, it's lovely. I really enjoy this. I'm glad that I finally tried it. As I said, I don't care for the men's one. I do think a man could pull this off, even though the dry down is very feminine, in my opinion. Things do change on chemistry. I would love to see what this one smells like on a man. So let me know your thoughts, and please, if you find this helpful or any of my videos helpful, please subscribe. If you find this one helpful, please like and subscribe. It would help me. I would like to reach at least 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to get some rest. I have an appointment in the morning, and in a day or so, I'll be traveling to Canada for a visit. and it stresses me out to leave my own country. I'm always like, I like being in my own country with our ways and our law. I love to visit. I'm excited about visiting, but I'm such a particular person. I'm like looking up all the different little rules and laws about, like, for example, I smoke and vape. I'm like, oh, can I take this? Can I take my medications that I take? Not that I take a lot, but for my health. I don't know. It's just it's all good. It'll be good. So for my Canadian viewers, I'm excited to go though. But yeah. Anyway, hope you're having a lovely night. I'm going to spray this on me. That's how not overwhelming it is. Oh, let me just show you the I noticed her other had the diamonds and rubies is a nice atomizer too. Let's see if y'all can see. That doesn't do it justice. It's actually like it's a really nice. Oh, I love those greens in the beginning. That's so spicy green. That's lovely. Oh, you notice this had oak moss too. It's not overwhelming oak moss, but I love oak moss when it's not overwhelming. There's nothing overly animalic to me. It's not civety. It's not, oh, and then it almost immediately just starts getting like in this, you get floral, but with the greens, like I said, I think of like, if Elizabeth Taylor is being all glamorous and she's got like big vases of flowers, long stems, or just being out in the evening, the lush greenness of the evening. It's just really pretty to me. So if y'all can deal with if you like earthy, I love earthiness. If you like earthy green, mossy, patchouli, incensey, but then like I said, it does soften up for y'all who just like sweet musk, powdery musk. This is really nice. I really like it. So yeah, have a beautiful evening, morning, day, whatever, and I'll see you soon.